underway in the second half. Fife's jumper, and that won't go, and it hit the wire above. A good call right there by the officials, and our two officials tonight are Sally Laporte and Rich Murtaugh. Swartley's got to get rid of the ball. She finds Dudak. Good job of breaking the press. The feed to Tiffany Brown. She can't hit the layup. Good job right there by number 4, the new player into the game for Souderton. The feed to Halsey goes a little bit awry. Fife's jumper won't go. She's had some good looks tonight, unfortunately just not falling for her. She's come very close to hitting a couple of those jumpers, but eventually stuff will start to fall, and the coaches always say, just keep shooting, something will go, just make sure you have the confidence to shoot. Tamara Halsey, a good rebound right there, and Norristown will push up the floor once again. Halsey feeds Sims. Sims' jumper is good. Sasha Sims, the first player in double digits tonight. And once again, into that full court press. Tiffany Brown is double teamed, and we're going to get called for a foul right there, either on Halsey or Fife. Erica Deaver into the game for Tamara Halsey. Trying to figure out who that foul was on as Lindsay Wenschet's back into the game. And she'll check in for Nicole Dudak. And the ball is going to Norristown. Apparently there was a foul on the
44 red, Tiffany Brown.
Tiffany Brown got called for her first foul of the night, as apparently she pushed off right there. I thought the foul was either on Fife or Halsey. And we're going to have an offensive foul right there on Melinda Fife. As we had about 10 seconds of chaos right there. Ball going back to Norristown. Still a 15-point lead for the Eagles, 22-7. So Fife with her second of the night. She was trying to get aggressive, trying to go to the hole. Rachel Paul now off of a good screen right there from Wentz. Paul push up the floor, and her shot is blocked. Tiffany Brown, and she gets slapped on her way up to the basket. And Leanne Moore gets called for her first one of the night.
Moore, first teammate.
So now Souderton is going to the line. Tiffany Brown try and get her first points of the night. Lady Eagles with a good schedule coming up for them. They have Quakertown at Quakertown on Friday night. Westchester Henderson the following day. That's a 1 o'clock game here at Norristown. And then 2 games away at Upper Merion and at Ben Salem. Ben Salem is a completely non-league game going into the Super 1 National League to visit them for a game. And then, of course, we have a doubleheader that we want to tell you about on January 18th. The boys will be playing Upper Dublin, and so will the girls. The girls playing at 6, the boys playing at 8 following that girls' game. We encourage a lot of people to come out and watch that one. That should be a fun night here at Norristown Area High School. It is the week of midterms, but it is something that you probably want to come out and see, as that's going to be a great night of basketball, as you get to see 2 great Norristown teams battle their way towards very competitive playoff spots. Back to action, and Erica Deaver is going to get called for her second of the night.
Foul on Deaver, second team, 9th.
It's a team's 9th foul of the half. And Tiffany Brown, once again, will walk the floor and go to the line. Number 42 is into the game. Abby Hazelton will come in. Her first appearance of the night. Shot won't go. Nice job by Sims to tap it out. She saves it, but right in the hands of Tiffany Brown. Off of Brown's knee. A little bit of chaos on the floor. Brown wrestled it out of Fife's hands, and somehow it goes back to Norristown. Fife right back up and going back the other way. Danielle Marshall, her jumper forced, but it goes. Danielle Marshall, her first two of the night. 5 players for points with points for Norristown, 24-9. And she'll push it up the floor. That ball was right in front of me. It looked like it might have gone over Hazelton's foot, but it will go back to Souderton. And now right in front of us, Lindsay Wentz will inbound the ball. Substitution coming in, number 40, Jen Clark, a junior. She'll replace the junior, Erica Deaver. The underhand inbounds pass right there. Ball was never in anybody's hands. We're gonna have a jump ball, even though it was loose. 4 players on the floor, the possession area going to Souderton. Another substitution, Tammy Halsey back into the game. Leanne Moore will get her first break of the night. Excuse me, I thought Melinda Fife was going off the court, but Leanne Moore gets a well-deserved round of applause as she has 4 points tonight and 3 blocks. Paul trying to post up on Sims, just nothing doing inside. A kick ball there from Marshall. If we had a shot clock, it would replenish. But of course, no shot clock in high school basketball. Ball going back to Souderton. With 5:22 left in this first half, 24-9, all Norristown so far. Souderton no answer on offense for the Norristown defense. Wentz driving baseline. Fife's gonna get called for a foul right there, and that will be 3 on Melinda Fife.
Foul Fife, her third, team 10.
First foul shot missed right there.
Wentz missing her first.
Leanne Moore will check into the game for Melinda Fife, and she'll take a seat with those 3 fouls. Wentz makes 1 of 2. She has 3 points tonight. Souderton finally hit double digits at 24-10. Halsey now tries to swing it across. A good interception right there. Souderton 2-on-1, beating Wentz on the break. It's good. Lindsay Wentz with 5 points, the leading scorer for Souderton. Souderton scoring the last 4 points now, trying to get some momentum going into halftime. They still have just under 5 minutes left. Now Norristown will wisely slow it up as they're starting to lose their focus a little bit. Marshall's jumper, no good. Jen Clark fighting inside, but Tiffany Brown comes out with it. Now Rachel Paul will push up the floor. She dribbles right by 2 Norristown defenders. The shot right there is no good. Hit the wire above and will go back to Norristown. Well, I got some action right there as the ball was coming towards me. Rachel Paul, good reception there. She just couldn't get to the ball. Going back to Norristown. Good quick hands right there from Rachel Paul. She saw, and good anticipation. She saw that pass coming over to this side, and she got to it before the Norristown player could get to it. Marshall has an open shot, and it's good. Danielle Marshall, 4 points. Good perimeter passing there from Norristown. So they waited until they got the good patient shot right there in that 2-3 zone that Souderton's playing. And an offensive foul as Sasha Sims hit the deck pretty hard. Let's hope she's okay. Foul is on Rachel Paul. Her first one of the night. Erica Deaver will check into the game, and Jen Clark will check out.
Bernardino back in the game.
Jen Topp checks out of the game, and Janelle Bergandino will check back in for her first action in over 6 minutes. Sims for 3, won't go. Tiffany Brown fighting inside. Halsey's going to be the first one to get to that one. Good quickness right there by the sophomore guard. Swing it to Marshall, over to Moore in the corner. Moore having some problems. She'll swing it to Halsey. Sims back to Halsey. Back to Sims. Her shot was altered. She might have been fouled. But Norristown not getting the shot they wanted right there. They could not get anything inside. That's a tough thing. If you're going to read that perimeter passing, sometimes you have to go inside. And unfortunately, just couldn't do it right there. Trying to go with the deep pass, and that one was broken up. Leanne Moore, strong, just won't go. Taken out of the hands of Bergandino. Marshall won't go. Rebound to Tiffany Brown. She'll push up the floor. She's got a lead on everybody. 2 Norristown players coming back. And she gets fouled on her way to the hole. Give Tiffany Brown a lot of credit. She shielded both Norristown players away. And Danielle Marshall's going to get called for her first foul of the night.
Marshall the first, team over the limit.
Norristown is over the limit, and Souderton will be shooting for the rest of the game. Or for the rest of the half, excuse me. 3-point play for Tiffany Brown. She has 5. And Melinda Fife's going to check back into the game for Erica Deaver. Fife has to be careful, obviously, with those 3 fouls. And with 2:48 left in this half, I can't imagine Melinda Fife will be doing anything stupid on the floor. She wants to make sure that she's around for a lot of that second half. Halsey's going to wait. That's no pressure from Souderton. Well, if you're just joining us, it's 26-15 with 2:24 left and nothing really happening right now on the floor. Coach Roger Jackson did say that his team really wanted to make sure that they were ready for this game. He wanted to make sure they got back into the flair of the league. He wanted to make sure that they were ready for the challenges that they have upcoming. He said that they did play a couple of sloppy games in that Catholic War Veterans tournament, and this is something that they really had to correct, but also something that you expect during holiday tournaments. The team doesn't practice that much, as obviously they have a break, and the team really has to get back in the flair and has to get back to playing with each other and playing against competition. So Norristown just wasting time here at the end of the first half. Why not with an 11-point lead? And Souderton has really no need to pressure them. They know they're down by 11, and nothing they do right now is going to get them back into this game quickly. But Souderton does need a new plan coming out in the second half, as they are down by 11. And one of the toughest things for Norristown this year, of course, has been the fact that they really are a team that's expected to play good basketball. You know, this was a team last year that was not on the winning end of basketball games, and they really had to make sure that they were, you know, going to surprise teams. As Leanne Moore, as Norristown wins the battle of the patience, Leanne Moore gets her 6th point. This was a team that was going to surprise people every time they won a basketball game, but now this year they are expected to win basketball games, and that's a different pressure that these girls have dealt with, and have really dealt with well. Now Norristown will push up the floor. Sasha Sims has an easy way to the hole. Finger roll won't go, and Lindsay Wentz with a rebound. Souderton has 25 seconds left to get points on the board before halftime. They are down by 13 right now. Paul being pressured by Moore, and Lindsay Wentz accepts that pass. Unfortunately traveled. Good pressure right there by Leanne Moore. So with 14.7 seconds, Norristown will have a chance for the last shot of the half. Halsey's shot at at the buzzer, and that one's going to count. Tamara Halsey hits her second three-pointer of the night. She has 8. And at the end of one half of basketball, it is 31-15. Norristown very dominant in this first half, coming out and really taking it to the Indians from Souderton, playing like the 6-2 team that they are. So at the end of one half, 31-15, we'll be back in a few minutes to bring you the second half of basketball from Norristown Area High School. Welcome back. We're about a minute from the second half here at Norristown Area High School. The score at halftime, 31-15. Eagles opening up a 16-point lead in that first half, up 20-7 after one quarter, expanding on that lead in the second. Leading scorer for Norristown is Sasha Sims. She has 2 3-pointers and 11 points on the night. Leanne Morse with 6, and Tamara Halsey has 8, also hitting 2 3-pointers. Daniel Marshall with 4, and Melinda Fife with 2. For Souderton,